All right, so we are now live here with Team Pirates versus Team Pirates Beta in the West Coast Clash League. Up here first we have Miguel versus Love from Team Pirates and Team Pirates Beta, as we said. Set 1 3v3 Test King of the Hill. Looks like we have a Hog Mortar deck up here from Love and a Goblin Drill deck from Miguel here. So should be a fun one, since this is the main team and the academy team for this organization. So it's gonna be a pretty chill match today. This won't be a common occurrence where an academy team faces a main team of the same org once we get into the regular season phase. And do forgive looks like there's a little bit of jitteriness on the stream. Hopefully it'll stabilize here in a bit. But I am sorry for that. I do notice that there's some slowdown on the stream. But anyways, it looks here like the match is pretty even. So if I had to pick one of these matchups to say which one's better, I'd say it's pretty hard, but I do think that Love has a slightly better matchup, having the snowball, the mortar, and the goblins, as well as the delivery as a response for Miguel's wall breakers. Though Miguel's doing a good job here and got a lot of damage with that goblin drill there. And Miguel, of course, does have that Inferno Tower, which is trouble for Love here. But not in cycle this time around, so that Hog's going to get a connection in the left-hand lane and get a couple hits in there, and things are looking good for Miguel so far. Good damage on tower. Goblins are going to come down to defend this goblin drill. Fireball takes care of those goblins, and Miguel getting consistent chip damage on that left-hand tower and getting it down to 924 HP. It's looking like Miguel's probably going to take this game home. So Earthquake comes down from Love to try and take care of this Inferno Tower here. Mighty Miner to take care of that Valkyrie. Fireball comes down, gets rid of the Mortar and the Mighty Miner. Another Mortar comes down, but not a great Mortar in my opinion. Just getting sniped by that Dart Goblin there. Maybe a bit of a misstep by Love here. And yeah, it's looking like Miguel's show today. So probably going to be a victory for Miguel here. Yep. Left-hand tower down to 539. Very, very difficult for Love to come back into this. This is probably going to be it. Mighty Miner gonna kill that Valkyrie. Still a threat on tower. Will he use the ability to pressure in the opposite lane? He will not. Fireball comes down, as well as Inferno Tower takes care of that Hog Rider. Earthquake comes down. It takes care of the Inferno Tower. But too little, too late. It's looking like with a little over 50 seconds left in this overtime period, it's looking very difficult for Miguel to come back into this. Hey there, Trailblaze Esports, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can go ahead and ask me in the chat. There's a little bit of a delay between the stream and real time, obviously, so forgive me if it seems like I'm responding a little late to the messages. But yeah, it is because of that delay. Not much I can do about it. I don't know if there's a way to fix it or if it's my internet connection. But yeah, that's just the way it is. So let's see here who won the... Looks like the Academy player actually took that game. MK and Miguel took their game. So that's a 2-1. That's set 1 is going to the main team. So the next set is 3v3, the normal King of the Hill. the classic King of the Hill. So let's go ahead and change the scoreboard here. 1-0 advantage in favor of Team Pirates' main team. So looks like, alright, looks like Miguel's going in again against Druick. Let's see here. So Tombstone comes down for Miguel, Giant Skeleton from back from Druick, Zappies as well for Miguel. Probably going to be some sort of maybe a Splash Yard or a Fireball Bait kind of deck from Miguel. Fireball comes down, takes care of that Magic Archer, and yeah, that Giant Skeleton is probably not going to do much. Elixir about even here. I'm not sure what decks these are. I haven't seen them before, but I haven't been in the esports team or scene. I'm sorry, a ton recently, so I haven't seen a lot of competitive decks. So forgive me if my game knowledge is a little rusty. But anyways, Giant Skeleton, Royal Giant from Miguel, and Ewiz is going to come down try and defend this, but man, this is a lot in the left-hand lane for Druid to try to do something about. Bar Barrel comes down as well to take care of that Mother Witch. Nice Bar Barrel there, but a lot of damage coming in on that left-hand tower. Miguel has it down to 14-11. So, E-Wizard's going to take care of that Tombstone, but it's going to die as well. And once again, Miguel playing pretty good today. Looks like we're going to see back-to-back wins from him. I do think, if I remember correctly, I do think Miguel is Oliver from the Discord. And he is I'm pretty sure the leader of Team Pirates. So, yeah, he's a great player. Great player. Another push coming here in the left-hand lane. Druick dropping everything down that left-hand lane, trying to defend, but just not going to be able to avoid all of those shots. Down to 797 in the left-hand lane here, and it's looking like, yep, Miguel's going to win back-to-back here. And I do believe this is still part of the test, because one of the Academy players did win, so they go again. So, yeah. With that Fisherman connecting the left-hand lane, that's going to be GG, well played. That was a good game. Good display from Miguel. So, I would say for you other managers out here, should probably not sleep on Team Pirates here, because they have some solid players here, for sure. Alright, so we'll wait a little bit for the next set to begin. Yeah, Miguel OP, yeah, that's right. Great player, for sure. He's, from what I've seen from him in the past and right now, this guy's pretty good. This guy's pretty good. So, just a little bit of downtime here while the King of the Hill set begins. All right, so interesting here. It looks like Miguel's means in case one of these other players that are in the lineup don't show up, Miguel will play, but he's not going to be playing the King of the Hill set, so that's interesting. I think what they're probably doing is saving him since they're up one set if they lose the King of the Hill. I don't know if Miguel's their best player, but I'm assuming he is. But they're probably saving him for the 1v1 set in case they do lose in the King of the Hill here. But anyways, here we have Hassan versus Zadrox. Team Pirates main down at the bottom here. And Team Pirates beta up top. So looks like we have a Phoenix, Fisherman, E-Spirit deck here for Zadrox with the Royal Ghost, perhaps Royal Giant Cycle, I think, is what this might be. The Hog Rider deck from Hassan here with the Mighty Miner, I've seen a couple times before. So Mighty Miner walking down that right hand lane, Phoenix to respond. Lane switch would be pretty pointless here, so well, he does use it to get that bomb, so that was a fine use of the ability there. Though he did just kind of waste that one elixir to not get rid of the Phoenix there, which the Musketeer now takes care of. Mortar is going to mostly neglect that Royal Giant, except for that last hit there. Royal Ghost's going to come down that left-hand lane and is going to connect. Hassan's Mighty Miner not coming in fast enough. And advantage for Zadrox here in this game. Has the left-hand tower down to 1904. So Phoenix comes down to try and take care of this mortar here. Not going to be able to get much out of that for Hassan. So sorry about that. A little bit of background noise there. But I'll be back in a moment. Just I'll just leave the gameplay up for now. Alright, so apologies for that. Maybe you'll hear a little bit of distant dog barking in the background. That's just how a day in my life tends to go with stuff going on in the background, but should be good now for the rest of the stream, hopefully. So, just gonna commentate here for people who maybe want to tune into the VOD. To I don't know, maybe some people will go back to collect intel on their opponents in the league. So, if you want to come back and watch this VOD, I'll just keep talking so the VOD's not terribly boring. We don't have anyone live right now, so just me and the players here doing their thing. So Zadrox playing a very interesting deck here. Golem Pump is not something that you see super often. I think it is a little bit more meta than it used to be when I was competing. I don't think meta is the right word though, because I don't really see it in the meta a whole lot. There's just, I guess the spells counter it a little too hard. Any big spell really just kind of destroys it. And MK having a pretty easy time here with the defense. Just has all the responses to Zadrox here. Of course, playing the Undying Splash Yard archetype. It has evolved very differently over the years, of course. Now with champions, Skeleton King's a part of it. Phoenix is now a part of it. Oh wow, Golem Healer. I hadn't seen the healer. That's that's pretty weird. Um, Healer. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her. I feel like she's good in E-Golem decks, and she's raged up. Then she serves her purpose decently, I guess. Without rage, she doesn't really tend to do much healing at all. It's just the amount of HP that she heals per hit, I guess, isn't really anything too major. We do have a healer here connected on the left-hand lane, and double healer actually is going to do quite a bit of healing, of course. And that lumberjack's going to connect as well, and is going to take that tower down, and Zadrox stealing the game here away from MK. That was a good game, very interesting game there for sure. Interesting deck choice, but looks like the surprise deck pick worked here. So I'm pretty sure I think Sadrox is actually from Team Pirates Beta. I could be wrong about that. But I do think I do think he might be. He's one game away here from getting a King of the Hill sweep, so that would be pretty cool to see here. I haven't watched any of the games that haven't been on stream, me personally. But as far as sorry about that. As far as I know, this is the first King of the Hill sweep in the preseason. So that would be pretty cool to see if Sadrox gets it here. And I'm pretty sure he's from beta, so if he does get the sweep here, we're going to go to the 1v1 best of 3 set for the tiebreaker. So, Zadrox up top this time versus Darker Lince, cycling that Fire Spirit and hitting on that Tombstone. One tile to the left would have distracted that Hog, but unfortunately no such luck for Zadrox. He's going to get 2 hits on the left-hand lane. Phoenix is still coming down and threatening the tower, of course. Mega Minion comes down in response. That's probably going to do it for Darker Lince here. Darker Lince, if he doesn't have much other than the... Wow, Mega Minion with Hog Rider Mortar. I don't know if that's a thing. I hadn't seen it yet. If it is. But that's very interesting. Darker Lince calling the GG here. Maybe he feels that he has a difficult matchup here against Lava Hound because, again, if that Mega Minion is all he really has, he's in big trouble here trying to defend these big Lava Hound pushes. But good push coming in on the right hand lane. Hog Rider and Valkyrie. Unfortunately, that Hog Rider did get in front. That miner not really necessary in my opinion. I think he would have done a fine job defending, but I guess Zadrox just kind of got a little nervous there and dropped the miner to finish off that Hog Rider. But either way, he's up one tower and he's up in Elixir right now. So Zadrox has got to be feeling good here. He's about to get a King of the Hill sweep if he can keep both his towers alive for this minute 15 seconds that's remaining in this game. So Phoenix going to come down to respond to that mortar. One mortar hit's going to come down, and that's all. So if I were Zadrox here, I would definitely try to push a little more here. Don't want Darker Lens to get too comfortable here, because potentially he could get another a good connection here, and he probably is going to with that Earthquake coming down. The Hog Rider is going to get 2 hits, and that left-hand tower down to 554 for Zadrox here in sort of dangerous territory, but I think he could take down another tower in a 2-tower situation. I feel like he has a decent advantage. So Lava Hound going to take care of that cannon cart. He's just going to let that left-hand tower go and drop a couple of Skeleton Dragons to try and take care of the Valkyrie and the Hog Rider, threatening the left-hand lane. Big push on the right-hand lane from Zadrox. It's going to be tower down, it looks like. And that's GG, well played. Well done, Zadrox. That's a King of the Hill sweep. Now, I'm just going to double check that he is from Team Beta. And if that's the case, then we are going to change the scoreboard. We are tied in sets, and we will be going to the last set for today. Wow. Yep. So that was Team Pirates Beta getting a sweep in the King of the Hill from Zaid here, Zadrox. Nicely done. Very, very cool. Very cool there with the King of the Hill sweep. So, final set 1v1, best of 3 with global bands. Oh no, that Wi-Fi symbol of death. You do not like to see that. But we'll just wait here. Let's see who the champion for Team Pirates Beta here will be. I'm assuming Miguel for Team Pirates, of course. I want to try and see if Zadrox played in the first set, because if he did, he can't play the final one. I'm thinking that he didn't play the first set. I didn't see his name in those replays. So, oh, okay. It looks like it's going to be Darker Lens versus H2O PK Moa. So, oh, interesting. Miguel decided to sit this one out. But I'm assuming they have a lot of confidence in Darker Lens to play this final set. I'm also surprised Zadrox isn't playing, but also, this is a pretty relaxed match. This is the same org, so these guys are all like buddies, of course, so it's a pretty chill set. So, looks like Lava Hound is banned. And let's see, I don't think they've said, yeah, they hadn't said their second ban. Let's see what 2 cards will not be played in this final set. Queen. Archer Queen is going to be banned. No Lava Hound, no Archer Queen for this final set. All right. Got to tell you, I'm a big fan of the 1v1 best of 3 sets as a tiebreaker. These are I don't know. I just really enjoy this format where it's King of the Hill and then the 1v1 set. It used to be in the original CRL 2v2 1v1 and then King of the Hill at the end. I prefer King of the Hill in the middle and then a 1v1 tiebreaker at the end. I don't know. I just like it. It's fun. I like watching the 1v1 set at the end. It's a very fun set to watch for sure. Best of 3 games. A lot of strategy that goes into these these sort of strategies. So Balloon coming down for H2O and does get a connection there, as well as those goblins getting damage on tower. Has that right hand tower down to 1656 for H2O against Darker Lince here. Darker Lince playing the Mighty Miner bait deck. Very popular deck in the meta right now. Very strong and very fun deck to play. Excuse me. Excuse me. I was saying very fun deck to play. The Mighty Miner bait deck here. Against this very strange deck from H2O here. Looks like a sort of baity balloon deck, kind of like it's a minor balloon deck with some bait cards in there. I don't know. It's weird, but it seems to be working out all right for him. He is in a slight advantage here, and I will say this is probably a pretty good matchup for H2O. I don't know if this was a snipe from his part, but Darker Lince can't really do much to defend the balloon here. He has Princess, Ice Spirit, and Cannon as his air targeting cards. So really not much to be done. Okay, so it's a Lava Hound balloon deck. I'm sorry, Mega Knight balloon deck. I don't know what's going on with me today. A lot of goofs. But Skarmy's going to come down to defend that Goblin Barrel. Nicely done there by H2O with a counter push. Is going to come down here. Miner on tower. Good ability use there to take care of those skeletons, but still a lot of damage on that right-hand tower. 4 Darker Lince here. Right-hand tower down to 738. So Inferno Dragon coming in on the left-hand lane. Goblins to distract. A push here on the right-hand lane from Darker Lince. Maybe not the best placement for the barrel there. The Mega Knight just coming down and killing those goblins instantly and defending everything. Good stuff from H2O. Good deck pick. Oh, yeah, of course, the rocket from Darker Lince. I was wondering what card I was forgetting from this deck. And yeah, it was the rocket. And just like that, Dark Lince back in the game here. Probably about to win it here. Yeah, rocket comes down and that's it. So game 1 goes to Darker Lince. So yeah, H2O is definitely with his back against the wall here, 1 game away from losing and losing the match completely. So let's see here. What does H2O do? So once again, a bit of downtime here while we're waiting for H2O to pick out his deck here. All right, there we go. Match has begun. And H2O, 1 game away from losing this set. Darker Lynch, 1 game away from taking this for Team Pirates main. So, Royal Ghost coming down in the back from Darker Lynch here. Goblin Cage for H2O. Goblin Brawler, of course, going to defend this Royal Ghost with no problem. Phoenix Goblins, I think this might be a Royal Giant deck from Darker Lynch here, looking like an E-Giant deck from H2O here. And yup, so that Royal Giant's going to come down. Elite Barbarians to take care of that. 2 shots on tower, though. But Darker Lynch has his work cut out for him here with this E-Giant on the right-hand lane. Fisherman comes down to pull it to the King Tower. But that Baby Dragon getting some spits on tower, so that was good from Darker Lynch. Took some damage on that left-hand tower. Things are looking pretty decent for Darker Lynch here. And honestly, if we look at matchups here, I think Darker Lynch has a pretty good one. Fisherman's just going to be able to pull that E-Giant every single time away from the tower. That Goblin Cage, I'm not sure about that Goblin Cage play there. I would have waited a little bit to play it because, well, it worked out there with the E-Barbs. But, I mean, Darker Lynch could have just logged the cage, and then H2O would have been in big trouble, would have probably taken hits on the left-hand tower, even with the E-Barbs. They don't completely negate all of the shots from the Royal Giant. So that could have been trouble for him there. Push, once again, coming down from H2O. I don't know what H2O is going to try and do about the Fisherman. He should probably try and NATO him. He goes with Lightning. Good play there. So Lightning going to take care of that Fisherman. E-Barb's coming down that right-hand lane. Big push here incoming for Darker Lynch to defend. Will he be able to? He is able to defend it mostly okay. And with 21 seconds left, I agree this is probably GG, well played. I mean, congrats to Team Pirates Beta for putting up a good fight against the main squad here, but couldn't keep the dream alive of beating the and wow, that was close there at the end with the E-Giant, but that's it. That's GG's. Thank you guys for tuning into the live stream, everyone. But that's gonna be it. Team Pirates main takes the win against their academy squad. So that's it for today, guys. That's what we have in terms of games for today. So still a bit of preseason left. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next stream.